I've seen people that say that, people have ghost wrote for Kid Frost, right? Mm-hmm. But they don't understand how the dynamic was in our studio. See, they just go off because I've seen people, I read people's comments. They'll say, yeah, but Kid Frost, he has ghostwriters, da da da. I've worked with Frost since the beginning, right? So it ain't that Frost needs ghostwriters. See, there's a difference. He don't need. I've worked with Frost many times where he could write his own stuff. Dog. It's not. He can't do that.
I'm glad you're speaking on that, bro.
Yeah, and he can do that. It's not a problem. I've been there many times. He's really talented, man. It's just that at the time we had G Spot Studios and we had ALT, we had Nino Brown, we had Slow Pain, rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
And a few all the homies from Folsom, from Long Beach, and we had a lot of people in our studio, But our little immediate circle, we're the ones that came to Frost, and Tony and myself are the ones that came to Frost and says, hey Frost, man, let ALT write one for you, man, so we can get like some writer's credit and we could peel him off like $2,500 to get him right, you know what I mean?
Right.
And hey, let Nino Brown do a little something. So Frost was the one that was being cool about that, to do that. He didn't have to do that.
See, nobody ever talks like
right. That's what I'm saying. I want to make sure I clear that up because Frost don't get to speak on that. He just kind of stays quiet and doesn't want to go out there and start. You know what I mean? I'm sure he doesn't want to do this. So let me be the one to say that because I was there. It was us. You know what I mean? So we're in the room, and that's how it went down. It wasn't necessarily that Frost can't write no songs, because we've done a lot of that. It's just that it was just times where it was like we needed some money, bro, and we needed to help these guys out too, and we wanted to get them on the mix, and they were next to come up, and that's the way we did it in our studio. That's why I say I've worked in them situations where we got a beat and we want to get it done, man. Yes. And if we need to have somebody help us out because we can't get this verse right, and you got one, yeah, let me bust mine. Psh, let's do that one. Boom. And we're thinking of the art, we're thinking of the final product, and that's kind of how we did that. So I want to make sure I clear that up for people that it's not, like I said, it's not that Frost can't write his own songs, because a lot of them he did write. It's just that sometimes we were trying to hook up our folks too, what I mean, so we could all stay, moving. And that was just our format and program that we ran at our studio,
Okay, you know what? I'm glad you cleared that up. I want to ask you something. I'm going to name something and tell me the first thing that comes to your mind. Mm-hmm. Or the first person, I should say, that comes to your mind. Basketball.
Oh, like
the first person that comes to mind when I mention.
Oh, basketball. Dr. J since I was a kid. I just loved Dr. J.
Baseball.
Oh, Fernando Valenzuela.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm old school, so I always like the old school stuff.
All right, it's all good.
Yeah.
Football.
Oh, I used to like Walter Payton a lot.
Okay, Walter Payton. Chicano rap.
I'm gonna say Frost.
Okay, it usually is.
Yeah.
It usually is now.
But I like others though. But I'm always say Frost because that was the beginning to me and what kind of brought us in the game in that whole situation. So
I've always believed that the face, because people would always say this, who is the face, or in other words, today for a while they were going around saying the king of Chicano rap. Okay, mm-hmm. But the face of Chicano rap, a lot of people would submit like, and this is not in no particular order. They will say Conejo. They would say Frank V from Proper Dos, Frost, Little Rob, and then they would even throw in King Little G.
Okay.
When they'd ask me, I would say, look, if there's going to be a face, it's going to be Kid Frost, because he's the one that opened up that door. But here's where the argument begins. But he didn't like La Raza. He didn't write it. Okay. Here's what I always say. Nobody else could have delivered that song the way he did, bro. No. His presence on the mic, his delivery was, bro, 32 years later, he's still eating off of that song, bro.
Yeah.
So...
But I don't know who said that he didn't write that song.
Yeah, a lot of people say that.
Yeah, they don't know what they're talking about.
Yeah, well.
So that's what I'm saying. That's what I mean. It's a lot of people that be talking and really don't know what they're talking about. That's why I want to clear that up to make sure that people understand. It's like, no, you're wrong.
Good. And I'm
somebody may have helped him with some words and things like that. Yeah, that's cool. But that's not. Oh, that guy didn't write that song. No.
Yeah, because for a while, people, that's the only thing that they had on to try to discredit him,
right,
for being the face or the king of Chicano rap.
But see, the thing that a lot of people don't understand is that Kid Frost is before La Raza.
Yes.
Okay. He was influential in his time before that. Like I remember seeing Kid Frost on Whittier Boulevard when I was a kid, and he had the TMS jamming crew. I mean, he was Hispanic, man. He was the only one doing it to that level at the time. He opened the door for that. This is before he even put out Terminator, the record Terminator, or even Rough Cut. I seen him before Rough Cut. Yeah. So and then he dropped Rough Cut, and then he dropped Terminator. I mean, and then La Raza came after that. So the impact that he had on the streets, on West Coast hip hop alone, you have to respect that. That has nothing to even do with Chicano rapping. It's just this is the only Chicano that was doing it, jumping on KJLH with Tommy Arenas and having freestyle raps. Kid Frost used to bring Ice-T over to Pico Barrera Sports Arena. That's why Ice-T has all these Hispanic fans today, because he used to bring him. You know, and open the door for people to say, hey, Ice-T. Ice-T wasn't just on the west side over here. He was getting it with the Hispanics. Yeah. You know what I mean? A lot of people don't know that, but that was Kid Frost that opened that door. That was because he had that love. You know, people don't, that's what I say. A lot of these guys I be hearing talking, it's like, yo, bro, you guys be talking and you weren't there, bro. Seriously, you need to stop. You know what? You're taking it from like La Raza on, and you don't understand the impact that this guy had before that. Before that, for sure, bro. Come on, man.
You know what's funny, man? The first time I saw Frost, I went to go see him. It was at Big John's Hall right here in the city of Carson. And he was there, and I remember seeing him. He had longer hair, and then later on, I remember seeing him on TV. Mm-hmm. He was breaking. He was kind of emceeing, you know, some freestyling and shit. And they were breaking and popping and shit like that. Yeah. And I was like, wow, that's the guy that I saw right here in Carson. So when I interviewed him here for the documentary, I asked him about that. He goes, yeah. And he remembered Big John's Hall. He goes, yeah, Big John's Hall. A lot of the homies from the Booyah tribe were there. And I was like, wow.
He did a lot of work, man. He put in a lot of work going to different places. And you know, this is the beginning of hip hop. Like, it's like you had to show it to people. You know what I mean? They had to see it somewhere. And I'm telling you, that's how far back he goes. That's why I think people don't understand, you know, like I said, I have a long time relationship with Kid Frost, so I know him, and we work together. We've done records together, been in the studio with him together. I know him. A lot of people just be talking; they don't really know what they're talking about.
Okay, like the song La Familia that you produced. Okay, we have La Raza. Let's just mention a couple. Ain't No Sunshine, La Familia. Then you have Lighter Shade, Sunday Afternoon. You have Brown Side. You have Proper Dos, Metric and Power. All 90s. And all of them were on the radio, okay? And I'll even, I got to show my boys from the Harbor area respect, the original Spanish Fly, S.A. Rich Rock, S.A. Dance, DJ Tricks, okay? All of them were on the radio. All of them had deals. All of them, you know, were out there. Now, I mentioned a few of those songs. Still classics. People still bump them today, okay? Rap that are going to last another 30 years?
I don't know, because I don't really know, you know. I've always had an issue with that. It's like, is Chicano rap, or are we rapping, or what are, you know, are we pigeonholing ourselves into one thing, or I don't understand what that means. It's like, okay, so if you're Mexican, then we're all just gonna like, okay, all you Mexicans get in a room and all rap against each other. Is that what we're doing? And that's what I don't understand, because I don't come from that in hip hop. I came from like, it's me against everybody. Yeah. I don't care what color you are.
You're just an artist.
I'm an artist, man. I do hip hop. I want to be the baddest dude, and whoever the baddest dude is, I want to be next to that dude. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. If it's Grandmaster Flash or this Tony G and Julio G, we want to be that. That's why we were 1580K Day. We played at that level. We weren't like the best. Oh, I'm the best Chicano DJ amongst the Chicanos.
I know.
You understand what I'm saying? It's like, that's cool and all that, but I don't know. What level of play is that? Are we playing the big leagues, or are we playing the minor leagues, and or are you gonna get into the whole thing? So that's why I say I don't like when they kind of pigeonhole that too much and don't focus on the music. Okay, you got Chicano rap, that's fine, but where's the music at, though?
Thank you. Yeah.
That's fine. You Chicano, you the Raza Homes, and you're from Nevada, tattoo, you down. Okay, that's fine. Okay, where are the hits? You need the hits, bro. You don't have the hits. You don't have the hits. This is the game of having hits. This is not no other game. The game you're playing is a game that you're playing amongst you and your buddies, and that's cool. I get that. But this is the game. I play the game. I'm here to play the game, bro. I'm not here to be kind of doing the game.
Where are
your
doing
hits? The game. Where your hits? You got to put the hits out.
You know, the other day when Instagram went public that now you could buy your blue check mark, I made a post and I just said, you know what? If any rapper out there has a blue check mark, when I interview you, be ready, because I'm gonna ask you which are your hits.
There it is.
Which ones are your hits?
For sure.